Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today's review is going to be all about these cable organizers. I never noticed these before. Popped up on my screen. I says, I got to get one of them because they're not just a cable organizer. They're a lot more and they're a problem solver for me. So let's go out to my shed. I've got a utility shed out there just jam full of stuff. And these are going to fix my problems. Okay, so let's go inside the shed here and we'll take a look and see what problems need to be resolved here. So I'll just close the door here. It's a little bit dark, but okay. So there is the end rack there, and everything is in there stuffed as much as you could get. And then we come across the back wall here, and we're getting to the problem. You can see the problem there, right? So there is a huge problem with all these cords just jammed up there like you wouldn't believe. And I'll just show you across the other side here. And that's it right there. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this. Right? And give me some more room to store stuff in, and take this and use them straps to clean this right up. Well, here's the straps all laid out. There's 8 of them, and it's just Velcro. And so you got 2 8-inch strips, and the whole idea is you put your extension cord in there or whatever other kind of cord that you have. And then, of course, you could see the way Velcro works, right? So you just put one over top of the other. You know, like a loop in here like this. And if you take a look at that there, that pretty much encompasses most extension cords. And of course, they put a little bit of a pull tab on the back here for you. But that loop there pretty well handles, like, even, I would say, like a garden hose or an air compressor hose, any of them. So let's put one in and let's see what it looks like. So there's an extension cord right there. We just slip it in underneath. And here's the Velcro side on one side. Bring it over to the other. There you go. There's your hanger right there. So let's go to the utility shed, and I'll show you what I'm going to do to prep it ahead of time before I actually use these, because you could see it's got like a nice little clasp on the end here that you could put in. So what am I going to use? Well, let's go out, let's take a look. Okay, what you're looking at there is a lag screw, and what I've done is I've drilled a hole through the shank of the lag screw, 1/16 of an inch, and now when I tighten it down, it's going to rotate, and for every turn it's going to be about, well, I would say a little more than 1/4 of an inch tension. So I got a little bit of slack on the back side, and when I tighten it up, well, you're going to see that it's going to tighten it up real good. So let's just do this. Now that shows it's got a lot of tension on there right now. So I'm just going to crank it a little bit more. And I tell you, that is pretty tight there right now. So what I'm going to do is I get my ratchet and just kind of torque it up a little bit more so that there's no slack in the wire. Okay, so let's just put some manual tension on there. And I think that's about as far as I want to go, and that's like a piano wire tension on there right now. But this is a great way of adding some tension to something when you're thinking about, you know, you got an armored cable and you just want to get some tension on there, but you don't want to use fancy turnbuckles and everything else. Just a lag screw, drill a hole through the shank there, and tighten her down. Let's just clip this off here. and we're done. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's start off at this end. So you can see I put one in here, and I just ran a chalk line from one end to the other and drilled holes all the way through the studs, all the way to the end. And that's going to give me my spot for hanging up all kinds of items. I'm going to have to get rid of this thing. I got a spot for this to put it in. This area right here will be all for stuff that's hanging, and it'll be a lot better than what I've got right now. Okay, we're back. I got everything all done. I just thought I'd start off on this side here, and actually a little bit of an adjustment up here. So let's start off down this end. And I only wanted them Velcro cord hangers for just my extension cords, but as you could see, yeah, I've got quite a few. And then I got my power bars, and I'll be honest with you, when we get to here, I didn't even know I had that cord. So then we've got some battery cable, I've got my booster cables, I've got some sill plate, air hose, and some PEX pipe. And if we just go across, you could see that I mounted my Stihl FS 240 down here, put it on a bracket right there, and kept the other one where it was. And now I've got a lot more room on my shelf here. I put my vacuum pump over here. I got rid of a lot of stuff. Some stuff I just chucked out in the garbage. And you can see over in this corner, it's nice and clean. And I put my auger over here. And all I did was put a screw in the wall there with a zip tie and hang it off of that. And when we come over to this side here, it's pretty much all the same, except up on the ceiling, there we go right there. I repurposed them straps that I had used for hanging my extension cords from, and that looks great right there, and it's out of the way and off the floor. So let's go in the shop. I want to talk a little bit about that 1/16 stranded cable. Okay, so I ended up with a couple extra brackets I can use up in my camp. Here's these little hooks I had that I used up for the rest of the stuff. Here's the 1/16 cable, and I got 1/8. So the reason why I went with the 1/16 is because if you take a look at some of these lag screws here, to run the 1/8, man, you'd have to have a pretty big lag screw, right? So the 16th, this 16th of an inch is good for well over 100 pounds easy. And since it goes through the joists, it's not a lot of weight, and it's individual on between each joist. So I mean, there's no way I'm going to break this cable, and it's nice and thin, and it's easy to work with. And here's the cutters, easy to cut with too. So that was an easy project, and if you're thinking about doing like a utility shed makeover, I think you'll find all kinds of stuff in there that you didn't know you had, just like me. But it's something that after a while, when you got so much stuff crammed in so many places, it's good to just go over it and do a little bit of a makeover. So if you're thinking about buying some of them straps, just search around on the web, you know, because they have so many different styles. Some just has like an eyelet hole, some has a hook. There's all kinds of different styles. I paid like $15 including tax for them 8. So you got a rough idea of, you know, what somebody else has paid. But search around, and that's the best thing to do. And I find this works handy for me because I can just grab the extension cords that I need, and I only use them when the hydro goes out at my place and I have to bring out my generator. So thanks for joining me here today. Come back again. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe and see some interesting things that I do every week. Cheers.